Yeah, I decided to play this again. Want to go more in depth about my thoughts about Doctor Doom and everything. Full disclosure, I do not dislike him, I do not hate him or anything like that. I just find it interesting how he's a lot more terrifying. Anyways, than a lot of the pure evil villains. It's one of the strangest things about him as a character. Should fix that later. Anyways. Yeah, he's just... Where does stem from... Something made me question, like, why is he so... like, okay. So I know the development for Doctor Doom is a case of, shit. He used to be evil, but then down the line he wasn't evil. Just as Magneto was evil. But then, again, later, became something more. So I just looked up online, like, what other evil things has Doctor Doom done? Because something keeps telling me that he used to do vile things, you know what I mean? And he did. He did. And I was horrified by what I learned. I can't remember all of them on top of my head, but I just know that, well, he's just done things. It just confuses me to this day. I don't know. In any case, what am I focusing on today in terms of endings? Fuck it. I'll just decide whoever survives, that's going to be their ending. So yeah, with that in mind, I don't know. I just find it genuinely terrifying. That quote right there helps. He's just strange. Like, genuinely really strange as a person. Like, I know his story about taking over Liberia and taking out the Baron because the people were suffering under him. Makes sense. And there's the whole thing about his mother and a lot of other factors. So I'll think of Mephisto, blah 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 blah. I know quite a bit. But again, I'm conflicted. What's crazy is I saw people responded to my poll post about who is more terrifying than the other, Doctor Doom or M. Bison. Again, weird choices, but I have good reasons for choosing them. Like, that foot dive is something I see Bison doing. In fact, he's done it before. He also laughs like a villain a lot of times. Like, I get it. This is just this is like fighting game 101 when it comes to like Marvel characters like that. They're exaggerated traits of existing ones. I get that. But they obviously stem from somewhere. Not to mention there's no law, no other law but Doom. Again, makes you think. Like, yeah, I've seen the comic, well, not seen the comic, read the comic and everything about Doom going up to the Panther God and all these different things. I'm familiar with all that. Cool, get it. But again, that adds to my point. Why is it just Doom? And what's Doom going to do to reach that point? You know what I mean? The person that's just like doing it for your benefit is more terrifying to me because there's no limit they won't cross. As long as they justify it, there's no limit. And I don't know, I think that's something that should be taken into consideration. The fuck? Okay. That was for hitting with a damn car.
You win. Strongest there is. Hulk stronger than Hulk thought.
Get ready for the fight of your life.
I have seen the progress and results of Doom's efforts, but again, it still baffles me. Because he didn't start off that way. And it's weird knowing there's a lot of villains that people try to make in a similar capacity. It's like, you know... It just doesn't work for everybody. It works for Doom to a certain extent until I have to ask. Who can argue Doom's points? And what I mean by arguing his points, who will argue against him? Who's willing to? Who's going to do so without hesitation? You know what I mean? Like, in the same sense that Wesker, you know, had this, like, saving humanity thing during Resident Evil 5, and Chris argued against him by calling him ridiculous because he sounds like every other comic book villain who talks like that and shit. Oh, shit. Which makes sense. So with that in mind, why not do the same for Doom? Is he correct? Is he wrong? What? Do people not care to do so? Is there some kind of agenda regarding Doom? What's going on? I'm just trying to understand, you know what I mean? Like, I'm genuinely trying to understand.
You win.
But yeah, I genuinely find those fights very terrifying. And what's interesting is I'm doing something where I'm writing a bit of a story where how do I put this in a way that makes sense? So there's a species that I've created called the Sorosians, and basically, like, there's a shape-shifting species. There's a lot going on to it. But the main person I'm talking about is a woman named Solana. Sollana, right? Makes sense. And what's interesting is, what I'm basically writing the story is that her thing is, she loves humanity, right? She loves humanity, flaws and all. So much that to the point that she's shifted her cells to the point where she resembles a human for the most part. I say for the most part because her traits, like, if you did like an x-ray on her, you'll see like extra hearts and shit like that, which is a mistake on her part. But I didn't change that, or rather, she didn't change that in the story because, well, she just has her way of looking at it as like, I can work with this. So yeah. So why am I bringing this up? Well, the thing is, part of her story is due to the fact that her ex-husband, who's an evil person, who basically takes the piss out of like those extremist type villains and whatnot. There's a whole war, whole scourge, like a plague. She did her best to fight off the plague along with the other species, and the governments of the world, with anything like that. Her husband gave the all clear to basically, they basically unleashed these giant lasers from the sky. Yeah, they're very technological advanced, by the way. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that species. I did, and yeah. So with that in mind, a lot of people got wiped out, including her daughter, right? Like a lot of people did, and she watched her own daughter get blown up. And that's not the worst of it. There was a point where, like, there was a broadcast talking about, like, to the people of that planet, where, paraphrasing, because I don't remember what I established regarding it, but all you need to know is Solana took the broadcasting way too hard. Like, she genuinely despised that, because you're basically saying, okay, for brief context, the lasers worked against the threat, but it didn't work in a way that was satisfying. It was more like the plague was leaving the planet, and that's about it. So, in essence, they killed more of their own species. Right, they killed more of their own species to, quote-unquote, save the planet. And they made a broadcast in the essentially established all those who died were, unfortunate sacrifices. Thanking them for that, right? So, Solana took offense and just rallied against the government, because how dare you consider my daughter a sacrifice? Other people didn't like it. She rallied against it, became the leader, etc., etc., etc.
Get ready for the fight of your life.
And another war broke out between those two, because now it's between someone who is looking through the eyes of rebellion versus, yeah. She wasn't being a hero or nothing yet. It's more like that came later in life. So why is this important? Something I've noticed is that a lot of times the point of view is mainly focused on the heroes and villains, shit like that. A lot of times it's not the civilians. Based on my experience, like, obviously they exist. I just couldn't find them, too many of them, or find any that had, like, satisfying, like, showcases, if you know what I mean. So basically, what I was looking at is, like, she's looking at it from the civilian's point of view. Right? So, with that in mind, even if her ex-husband had a legitimate reason, which he didn't. It's more like he did it because he wanted to. He wanted to ruin her. It's a whole complicated relationship that they have. I'm not going to go into it. But basically all you need to know is that, I'm going to say this right now. Her ex-lover is named Yahkson. Y-A-H-K-O-S-O-N. No. Yeah, I saw it right. Yeah. So knowing that, he is aware that people are going to make cases for him. They're going to believe his lies. Right? They're more going to believe his lies and probably get on Solana's case for doing it, because he did what he could. Like, you shouldn't judge him. Like, he did, like, he, whatever. Common excuses, like, all that shit, right? So she looked from the civilian's perspective, and it's like, do you think civilians would really realistically care if you had, like, some complicated reason why you just destroyed their loved ones? Like, good example. Take for those who've seen Infinity War and everything like that, and those who know about the story of Infinity War, I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, the dust thing, the deaths, kill half the universe, all this. It's Thanos, right? It's Thanos. I don't think people would genuinely care if they heard Thanos make his stupid argument. I genuinely think a lot more people would argue against him. Like, they wouldn't care. did this. You ruined me. You took my loved ones, all this shit. I don't think they'll care. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't care. So I took that in mind and just been like, damn it! From the civilians' point of view, they would not care. I feel like a lot of people would lash out against Thanos if they heard his reason for what he did, right? So I took that and applied it to her mindset and everything, and yeah.
Welcome to the world of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where the finest heroes assemble. Get ready for the
So I think you know where I'm getting at with this. So yeah, with all that in mind, you're listening long enough to hear what I'm talking about.
It's do or die. Fight!
If Solana were to meet Dr. Doom in this context, I imagine she would be very much against it. Because you're ruling people, right? And yeah, the whole thing about ruling people in itself is not evil, but your path to that is the problem. And her thing is, people don't need to be, like, a bunch of people don't need to be sacrificed to be saved. You know what I mean? That's her mindset. She finds that a ridiculous excuse that too many people are trying to justify because reasons. So yeah.
Level 3! Advancing guard! Open fire! Yes, crossover attack! Yes, danger!
That's fine. That's fine. And we did the same move. That's funny. Now die! Come on. You still have freak. Oh my god. Die already!
I'm gonna put an end to this. Open fire! Time's up!
Oh no.
You lose!
What?
What's the point of all this fighting?
Are you serious?
Continue. 9, 8, 7.
I lost due to a timeout? Bullshit, man. Okay. Screw this. You want to play that game? Fine.
Learn your place. Go for broke. Fight!
Mortal pursuit. You are nothing to me.
First attack! Level 2! Crossover attack! Danger!
Mortal pursuit. You are
Come on!
nothing to me.
Crossover attack! Challenge! Crossover attack!
There's always that one team in this game that does a lot better than the other you beat up. It's like you reach Galactus and they have that one team that's just giving you more trouble. It's annoying as shit. Die!
Level 4! Level 1! Crossover attack! Challenge! Crossover assist! Air combo! Good!
Die! That's fine. Oh my god. What the actual fuck?
Excellent!
Why is he such a pain? Come on! Finally!
No more sacrifice.
Finally!
KO!
There we go!
You win!
This world shall be mine.
I swear to God, if this is before Galactus. I fucking knew it! I knew it! I knew there was a reason why it was so much tougher.
The battle for Earth! Live and let die! Fight! First attack! Advancing guard!
Okay, that's not good.
Crossover combination!
They are not trying today. Well, they're actually trying. That's what it is. Still. They're actually giving me trouble. Usually I don't have trouble against the fuck. They should destroy me. There we go. Jesus Christ.
You will submit to me. Out of my way. Mortal pursuit. What nothing to me. You will know. Submit to me.
Get out, man.
Out of my way.
Level 1!
Of course.
Level 2!
Sometimes I wonder, how does the Earth recover from such a destructive result from Galactus? Like, he devours a good chunk. And, yeah, like, huh. I love this game.
Thank you for playing.
So yeah, that's all I got for today for this one. Enjoy.